Hey YouTube, Wes here checking in again with the I don't know what to call this series, the unboxing of the stored records series. Recently talked about in the home tour from our last house about the records that I had in storage for the past 4 years, and this is a series of videos of me unboxing those records and showing you what they are. Started refreshing myself on what these are, but a lot of times I've forgotten about what are in these boxes. As I said, they've been in boxes for 4 years now, a little over 4 years. They were boxed up in February of 2015, and it's now May of 2019 when I'm opening them. And this is just a lot of stuff I collected over the first 5 or 6 years of me getting seriously back into collecting vinyl. So yeah, I want to get these unboxed onto the shelf back here so I can start working my way through them, work through my listening process, decide what I'm going to keep for the collection and what's not for me. So let's get this box opened up, starting with box 3, I believe it was. I put numbers on the amount of pieces in each box, and this box has 94 pieces, so let's get it opened up and see what's inside. Box number 5. All right, so here we go. Start with the stack on top here. First one we got here, Mott the Hoople Drive On, although they're just called Mott here. Family That Plays Together by Spirit. I think I've bought this several times at this point, so I have to figure out which is my nicest copy and get rid of the others. George Benson, Good King Bad. CTI. Here's a cool one I picked up just because of the cover. Flaming Banjos, Homer and the Barnstormers. That's a killer cover. I believe this is Pete Fountain's debut record. Lawrence Welk presents Pete Fountain, Coral Records. When I was early on into collecting, I picked up every Pete Fountain I found, and then at some point I decided I really didn't need any more, but I think I picked this one up just because it is his debut record and it's one I didn't have, and thought, yeah, you probably should have his debut record, at least give it a chance once and say you heard it anyway. So it's a nice copy of that. Got a copy of a classic here, It's a Beautiful Day. Nice sort of folky prog kind of stuff. What I believe will be an upgrade copy of Harry Belafonte Returns to Carnegie Hall. Got a cool looking Quincy Jones here, Sounds and Something Like That. Or Sounds and Stuff Like That. Not really catching the light very well there. Beat Farmers, The Pursuit of Happiness. Here's a classic one, Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach. I still have not heard this album. I bought a couple copies of it so far, just haven't got around to really giving it a deep listen, so one day I'll get to it. Definitely looking forward to it. I know it's well loved. Donald Byrd, A New Perspective. Classic one from him. Love that album cover. Blue Note, of course. Copy of Nectar, Remember the Future. Gordon Lightfoot, Dream Street Rose. Wet Willie's Greatest Hits. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, Three Blind Mice. That's a modern reissue that I bought it Here Again Records. Somehow this ended up in these boxes. Copy of Dolly Parton, Touch Your Woman. Here's classic Don Johnson, Heartbeat. Fun little 80s nostalgia there. Quicksilver Messenger Service, What About Me? Mama Cass solo album, Dream a Little Dream. Stan Getz with Voices on Verve, of course. Much to see in there. John Abercrombie, Characters, ECM. Still in shrink copy of Days of Future Past by the Moody Blues. New writers of the Purple Sage, The Adventures of Panama Red. The Bluegrass Experience, Live at the Pier. Looks like some sort of private press kind of thing. Bluegrass group out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Pretty neat. The Rascals, Freedom Suite. The Grassroots, Lovin' Things. Here's one we've seen a couple times already in this series. Sting, Dream of the Blue Turtles. This happens to be a sealed copy of it. That's why I picked that one up. Mark Knopfler, Local Hero. Music by Mark Knopfler. I guess this is maybe a soundtrack. Or maybe not. Maybe just a record. But I do like Mark Knopfler. In Excess, Shabu Shuba. I'll get that at some point. Windham Hill, Soul of the Machine, electronic new age kind of music. I did know I already had a copy of that. I picked up at least one or two more of those in past years. Paul Revere and the Raiders, Midnight Ride. Nice copy of that. Another Paul Revere and the Raiders, Spirit of 67. The one you see this one all the time, but this one is a nice looking copy of that. Something from the Death Row Records label, Daz Dillinger, Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back. Oh, a little bit glary there. That's still sealed. Copy of Joan Armatrading, How Cool. Or How Cruel, not How Cool. Dino, Desi, and Billy, Our Time's Coming. Diodato's Prelude. Bought this a few times, too many times to be honest. Yeah. Nice copy of Fleetwood Mac's Self-Titled. John Prine, Sweet Revenge. Ray Charles, Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. Here's a cool one. The Weavers on tour on Vanguard. So probably some live Weavers stuff. Should be pretty good. And Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Winner of 6 Grammys, it says. Not surprising. Here's a really good one. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, Texas Flood. Yeah, that's a well-loved one there. New York Rock and Roll Ensemble. Copy of Van Morrison's Moondance. I do already have a copy of this in the collection, but I think this is going to be an upgrade for me. Another copy of Will the Circle Be Unbroken. This may or may not be an upgrade. Good album. See it out a lot. Picked it up a few times, but I think I probably have a good copy of that now. The Young Rascals Collections. Pat Metheny, New Chautauqua, ECM. That's a good album right there. Sean Phillips' second contribution. It's another one you see a lot in dollar bins, but it's really good. Definitely should get it. Thompson Twins single for Get That Love. Guitar Boogie, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy Page. Copy of Santana's Moonflower. Dave Van Ronk with Just Dave. Johnny Winter, self-titled. Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview. Ry Cooder, self-titled. Oh, damn it. I just bought this at the library sale 2 weeks ago. Freddie King, Texas Cannonball. Well, I definitely have 2 copies of that. For some reason, I didn't remember having this, but well, I got it twice now. That's why I'm opening these boxes back up and getting refamiliarized with all the stuff I've bought in the past, so I don't try not to buy these things too many times. But I can always put them on Discogs when I have duplicates. There's nice copies. Elton John, Here and There. There's an Elton John you don't see too often. Might be a reason for that. Oh, this does say, it says, okay, live in New York at the Royal Festival Hall and live in New York at Madison Square Garden. So each side is a different live set. Pretty nice. Don McLean, American Pie. I didn't think I had a nice copy of this, but apparently I do. So glad I haven't, as I've looked at it a few times recently and almost pulled the trigger on it, but thought I needed an upgrade and I don't, apparently. Keith Jarrett box set from ECM, solo concerts, Bremen and Lausanne. Copy of Foreigner Records. Cool die cut cover. Looks like a jukebox. Pat Metheny and Lyle Mays. As Falls Wichita, So Falls Wichita Falls. Another ECM release there. The Saul Soul Orchestra, Dance Your Ass Off. Try to show this here. There you go. Dwayne Allman, an anthology. Montrose, Jump on It. Cannonball Adderley Quintet, Music You All. ABC, Alphabet City. Simply Red, Men and Women. Simply Red Picture Book. Jethro Tull, Passion Play. Grover Washington Jr., Side Star. Ronnie Montrose, Open Fire. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, The Good Earth. The Ripcords with Hey Little Cobra and Other Hot Rod Hits. David Crosby, If Only I Could Remember My Name. Bob Dylan's New Morning. Some Flexi Pop magazines. We've got Mark Allman and Friends. Soft Cell also. And then this one is, this one's got XTC on the disc. And a bunch of other groups there. Those are pretty cool. Best of the Paul Butterfield Blues Bands, Golden Butter. Brewer and Shipley, Tarkio. Jefferson Airplane, blah, blah, blah. Jefferson Airplane, After Bathing at Baxter's. Classic one from them. The Monkees, Meet the Monkees. Soundtrack to For Your Eyes Only. And for Man's Earth Band, Angel Station. Do like that album cover, pretty wild album cover. And the last little stack here, and I'll let you go for the day. Next up, Straub's Deep Cuts. Focus. I don't know if the title is Mother or Mother Focus, but pretty cool album cover for them. Anthony Phillips, Wise After the Event. New Riders of the Purple Sage, Gypsy Cowboy. Love and Spoonful, Best of Love and Spoonful. Seen this one a couple times already. One of these has the actual photos in it. Van Morrison, No Guru, No Method, No Teacher. Newer Van Morrison album, 1986. Sly Fox, Let's Go All the Way. That's an LP, not just the single. Jean-Michel Jarre, Equinox. Little Feat, Waiting for Columbus. Classic live album. Good stuff. John McLaughlin with the One Truth Band, Electric Dreams. Cream, Disraeli Gears. Sly and the Family Stone, Life. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, everybody knows This Is Nowhere. And Canned Heat and John Lee Hooker, Hooker and Heat. So that does it for box number 5. Hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Stuff I remembered having, stuff I don't remember having. Pretty cool to get these back open, and I'm excited to get around to getting these cleaned up and getting them listened to. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Stick around for the next episode in the series, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.